I think J. Cole is dropping his final album this year, The Fall Off, and he's been teasing it for some time, but this isn't the focus of today's video. KOD. This is his fifth album. It's around 12 tracks long with a runtime of around 42 minutes. Yes, I am a fan of Cole, even though right now it's easy to make fun of him because of that whole apology and diss track stuff, but I still look forward to his music. So today, let's discuss this album track by track.
Life can bring much pain. There are many ways to deal with it.
KOD stands for Kids on Drugs, and on the intro of this album, we're greeted with this line, "Life can bring much pain. There are many ways to deal with this pain. Choose wisely." Which is really the theme of this album. What is wrong with the coping mechanisms that we use? But in terms of the intro itself, I really like the jazz atmosphere, the soft spoken word. It's almost like a therapist. Yeah, it's a really engaging intro.
10 keys from a heart of brick, Bentley from his mama with KOD, he hard as shit. This is what
The title track, KOD, and what you would come to realize, like most of Cole's albums, is that his focus are on his lyrics. The production is minimal, the hooks aren't always that great, but lyrically, there's a lot to digest. On this track, he addresses fame, drug use, validation, as well as, the lifestyle that comes with it. He kind of positions himself here as self-aware and also describes these behaviors as less of a choice and more of a response to a more complex issue.
I hope to see you one day. I want to show my niggas now.
No, this X-type flow that he has going throughout this song does not work for me. I get why he's doing it. It just, I don't want to hear Cole replicate this. Lyrically, he's talking about the accessibility of seeing someone on social media. Yes, you get to observe them, but you don't really know who they are. You're lusting over these pictures and you're not really forming an emotional connection. You're just watching from afar because it's easier to do. It's an okay track, not one of my favorites, but it does have a very memorable instrument.
Give me drink, give me dope. Bottom line, I can go. If I die, I don't know. I don't know.
You can summarize this track by simply saying the words self-preservation. Cole isn't allowing toxic relationships or habits to continue to foster. He will cut it off. His flow is very calm despite having very violent thoughts. Like, he comes across really hateful. I'm not sure if he's saying that this is something he needs to get over, because it isn't explicitly said. Side note, this has the worst fucking hook on this album.
Count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up.
ATM, I believe, was the lead single from this album, and back then I was kind of disappointed, but now not so much. Like, yeah, it fits the theme of this album. I wanted more from it. And by theme, what I really mean is the topic of addiction. We've reached money, how money can be an addiction. But he really doesn't say anything that you haven't heard another conscious rapper already say. It. I don't know, I just needed more from Cole, and he didn't deliver.
Sympathy for fuck, nigga. All that shit I seen them made my blood, nigga. Spill from it.
The title of this track is important, and I really appreciate Cole for mentioning this as a form of a coping mechanism, because you're constantly chasing this grind, this hustle, that you stop prioritizing your own peace. You don't even allow yourself to feel anything because you're constantly looking for that next big thing. You'll find yourself eventually isolating and only contacting someone when there's like money involved. It is a really damaging trait, but this song is a highlight.
Plants a seed and it still lingers in my mind. Told myself I'm strong enough to shake it and
This is my favorite song off of this album, and it deals with two things: temptation and discipline. Two things that a man must understand. And the fact that he actually got Kevin Hart to be in this music video is insane. And like, I don't know, shout out to Kevin for being mature enough to actually do it. But I think context here is important. For those of you that aren't aware, back in like 2018 when this album was released, Kevin Hart was caught cheating on his wife, his then pregnant wife, with two strippers on video. That's crazy. But back to the song itself. This is a very male perspective track. It doesn't necessarily sympathize with the idea of infidelity, but more so it's about being man enough to understand the pressure of having easy access and still choosing to be faithful. Unfortunately, Kevin Hart did what most men would do in a situation like this, and he cheated. However, I still like this song for what it represents. It's really, really good. But from a woman's perspective, I really don't know how you undo such a atrocious pain and hurt that you've caused somewhere else. Wow. Anyway, main takeaway should be black men don't cheat. Brackets might be the most immersive song. Cole on this track reflects on making it out of poverty, and now this system that tried to hold him down is now profiting off of his success. And as he says, he doesn't have an issue with paying taxes, it's that he doesn't have a say in where his money is being spent. And that same tax money is being used to fund so many different things that negatively impact the black community. So Cole is conflicted, and rightfully so. This is another highlight.
Comes crashing down. She lit talking drunk shit. I'm pissed, but I'm still all ears like basset hounds.
This is such a sad song. I was on the brink of tears the first time I heard it. Like, even if you don't relate, I don't understand how you can't sympathize. This is a well-written song. The storytelling, it's so vivid. Genuinely, I don't even have words. It's well fucking done.
Cop another bag of smoke today. Cop another bag of smoke today.
Alright, the main issue I have with this song is the conclusion. Okay, so drug use. We're running away from our problems and using drugs as this means to fill this void, which is not an okay thing to do, right? We agree. J. Cole's solution is meditation. Like, that is such a blanket solution to a really severely complex issue. And yes, of course, it's a better solution than actually doing drugs. I'm not fighting that point. What I'm saying here is that it feels as though it's a one-size-fits-all solution, and that isn't the case. I really think that he has good intentions here, but it just comes across as generic. Like this and a "Hey kids, don't do drugs" advert would have the same effect. I just had higher hopes that Cole would have addressed such a big issue in a way that felt as though it had more.
You bring, thank you for the ones I love. Forgive me for the time.
The beginning of this song is so fucking dark and sorrowful. My heart breaks for that child. This song, it's raw, it's unsettling, it makes me uncomfortable, and I guess that's kind of the point.
I arrived. 33 years, damn, I'm grateful I survived. We wasn't supposed to get past 25.
And here we end the album with 1985, which is a diss track towards Lil Pump, and everything that has been said about this song, which I'm pretty sure you're aware of, still holds true. I even think Lil Pump does OnlyFans now, which, I don't know, shout out to him, but Cole really dissected the fuck out of him. Anyway, J. Cole, KOD, this is a decent 6. So let's discuss it. This album, I think, holds up really well. A lot of the themes are well fleshed out, and it's a well-written project. He touches on a lot of things like drug addiction, coping mechanisms, the impact, the causes, and even gives 1 or 2 solutions, even if I have issues with those solutions. For me personally, it has a lot of replay value, maybe not so much hits, but lyrically there's a lot to take away from. His flow is awesome when he's not imitating someone, and he's a great storyteller. I really can't complain with what Cole is giving. Standout tracks for me would have to be 1985, Once an Addict, and Kevin's Heart. But yeah, those are my thoughts. You can let me know yours, whether you agree, disagree. Links to the album will be in the description, as well as anything else. Please form your own opinion, and thank you for watching. Bye.